Hi, this is just a quick TikTok for all parents. Do you reckon that collectively we could all agree, like all of us on the same page, not just a lot of people, like all of us, could we agree to not raise our children to be little CUNTs? Do you reckon maybe? Like, I just feel, call me crazy, but I feel like the world would be a better place if everyone was nice to each other, especially children if they weren't horrible. Like, I don't know how that is so hard. I really don't. Morrison has had this friend on Fortnite for a long time now, and he really enjoyed playing with him. They got on well, and this kid was actually, he's from New Zealand, was going to be moving to Australia at the beginning of next year, I think it was, to Brisbane, and Morrison's been really excited, and, I said, I'll chat to his parents and, we'll arrange a time, you guys can meet up and whatever. So they've spoken for quite some time. Then this other friend, like his friend, has this other kid that he often brings in on when they're playing or voice chatting with each other through Fortnite or the PlayStation, sorry. They'll have a party, like a chatting party, whatever it's called. I'm not up with all the slang, so shut up. Anyway, this other kid is like sworn and stuff, and Morrison, which is funny because I swear like a trooper, doesn't like swearing when it comes from kids because he knows those are adult words, right? So if he's playing with any of his friends and they start swearing, he's like, oh, would you mind not saying those words, please? Like, he's a good egg. Anyway, this other kid, I don't know, doesn't like Morrison or has been irked by that over the time and, like, has often said rude things and nasty things, and I've had to, like, interject and, say, cut it out, that's not okay, this other kid will leave the party or whatever. And so a little while back, something happened, something kicked off, and Morrison had said, can you not swear? This kid really carried on. I then, like, he was being nasty to Morrison. I told him off, and I said, Morrison's not playing with anyone then. And that was that. And so then, since then, though, Morrison's friend, he's jumped on, he's apologised to me, and I said, it's fine, just whatever, like, Morrison doesn't like swearing, respect that. And, it's not okay to speak and say those other things that they were saying. Whatever, fine, water under the bridge, right? Kids, they're going to say dumb stuff, they've got to learn. Anyway, so fast forward now to tonight, and Morrison got invited to join his friend's party, and he was really excited. He's really sick. He's laying on the lounge, and he was looking forward to that. I said, okay, fine. He's not meant to be on Fortnite, but I said, you can jump on for a little bit, chat with your friends. His friend's other friend was on as well, and he's like, oh, Hades needs to say sorry. I said, oh, Hades had said sorry, like, it's fine. He's like, no, we've both got to say something. And I'm like, look, it's fine. It doesn't matter. If you guys are all going to get along, like, I don't really mind, like, whatever. They're like, no, we need to say something. But then they kept going back and forth for about 15 minutes with each other, like, you start, you were going to start. And I'm thinking, like, are they going to try and say sorry at the same time or whatever? Anyway, so we're waiting. I handed the controller back. I'm like, this is taking too long, whatever. Then they come back on and they're like, oh, Monkey Mad, which is Morrison's username, can you put your mum back on? And so he went and got me. I said, yeah, what's up? Again, they went back and forth. Oh, you do it. They kept muting their mics, like they must have been talking to each other on a separate thing or whatever. Then they come back on and they go, Monkey Mad's a pussy. And then start saying all this fucking nasty shit about Morrison. And I'm just sitting there, Morrison's little face dropped. What the fuck is happening right now? And I'm sitting there gobsmacked, and I said, hang on a minute, hang on. I said, is that what we've been waiting this whole time for you to jump on and say? It's taken you that long to say that? Yep. And then they start swearing again. I fucking gave them an earful. I swear, I want to beat their mum up, I want to beat their dad up, and I want to fucking give them a clip behind the ears because it was so unnecessary, so unhinged. It's disgusting behaviour to just invite someone to a party just so you can insult them. It's absolutely disgusting. So, yeah, if as parents we could teach our kids not to do that, because my kids would never. They actually would fucking never do that. So that is so gross, and I don't understand how it's so hard to raise your child to be a nice person. Like, why? Why are we not doing that? And why are we not monitoring our children when they're on these games? Why are there no parents in earshot to hear this behaviour? Absolutely disgusting. I went off at them. I wish that I could find their parents and knock them around because they're clearly not doing a job correctly. But yeah, it'd be good if we just didn't raise little shits, I reckon. Don't you reckon?